Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on my program. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from any part of the world, I thank you very much for your contributions on this channel. Please kindly subscribe if you have not subscribed, and also click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. In this channel, I bring information to your doorstep. I bring news from all channels, from every angle. Things that have to do about the world, things that have to do about Africa, more especially Nigeria. I bring it to your doorstep. Some information that you ignore, some information that you cannot be able to come across, I look for them, I bring it to your doorstep for you to see. Every video you see on this channel is for educational purpose, to keep you up and get you aware of what is happening in the contraction called Nigeria, more especially. I bring the information to your doorstep. They are not lies. Most of the videos you're going to watch here are videos that are coming from the conventional media, and some of us sometimes are lazy to get into it. Some of us sometimes are too busy to be able to lay our hand on this. That is why I bring the videos to your doorstep. Watch from beginning to the end. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes, so that you can be educated and know what is going on. Let us watch together. At the end, you can go to the comment section and put down your comment. Give your opinion. Say it the way you feel it. Nobody's going to come against you. It's a free world, and this is the social media where people say it and set the record straight exactly the way it is without being controlled. Do that on the comment section. Let us watch the video together as it comes. Thank you.
What's trending? Discussing the controversy surrounding the Central Bank of Nigeria's Naira redesign policy, which took center stage on Monday after governors of 3 states, Kaduna, Kogi, and Zamfara, instituted a suit against the federal government seeking a restraining order to stop the full implementation of the Naira redesign policy. Subsequently, a federal high court sitting in Abuja compelled the Central Bank of Nigeria to go ahead with the full implementation of the policy and restrain the Apex Bank from extending the deadline on the use of old Naira notes. This is coming as 14 out of 18 registered political parties threatened to boycott the general election if the CBN extends the deadline for the use of old Naira notes.
Nigerian political parties will therefore in such situation boycott the elections, as we cannot guarantee the credibility of the election where people have access to illicit funds to buy votes and compromise the electoral officials. They are mobilizing and paying miscreants to protest who we claim to be civil society organizations. We are the ones fielding the candidates for the elections, and we are the same people saying we want the policy. Nigeria cannot afford to and will not listen to one candidate who believes he needs all the Naira in the CBN vote to contest for the election.
Well, in the meantime, a group known as the Pro-Nigeria Group on Monday trooped out in their numbers in unity to appeal to the Central Bank of Nigeria not to succumb to pressure by Nigerian politicians seeking to compromise the Naira redesign policy. The group converged at the Unity Fountain and ended the walk in front of the Central Bank headquarters in Abuja.
We are also here because we know that Central Bank has the powers, they have the full autonomy to force the banks in Nigeria to do the right thing so that the suffering can end. We don't want vote buying. We don't want people to suffer. This policy favors fight against terrorism.
Yes.
This policy favors fight against kidnappers.
Yes.
Fight against vote buying.
Yes.
This policy is good.
Yes.
I am excited with Mr. President at what Mr. President is doing. For him to allow this to go on, he's doing a very, Mr. President, kudos to you. Don't allow anybody to bend you to the left nor to the right. We don't need no vote buying. If you want to do anything about money to your people during the campaign or whatever, send money to them through transfer. Nobody should buy vote. Let the will of the people prevail. We don't want vote buying. If you must do, transfer money. So for the very first time, I'm so surprised that governors could be so passionate. Everybody running down to Asoro are passionate. During first casting, nobody said anything. During insecurity, nobody said anything meaningful. ASU strike, nobody said anything. Why now the Naira swipe? All the people that have all the Naira in a bullion van or have all the Naira inside Sokawepi, your Naira will melt away and turn to ashes.
You know, over the weekend, that conversation was up about the governors, you know, talking about this whole Naira redesign policy. And you know that the killing that occurred in Katsina State, the president's home state, you know, I mean, we didn't hear people talk about terror and all of that. Even, I believe, Shehu Sani posted a tweet that went viral. He talked about the fact that the death toll had risen and no governor was talking about it. I really liked that last protester's comment, Rufai.
Anoji and I also made a tweet, don't forget that.
Oh, I didn't see. Send me your tweets.
That went super viral. My tweet now has gone to over 1.1 or 1.2 million
send me that tweet.
Views.
Yes.
And this was just the argument I made. The argument was during ASU strike, governors didn't go to the president. During 5 months of fuel scarcity, that is still going on. And I thought that the governors would have just even hinted President Muhammadu Buhari. By the way, apart from this narrative we came from, there's still fuel scarcity going on. Okay, President, what are you going to do about it? Nothing was said about it. It is this policy. Then you know it's been politicized. Then you know that it is curbing vote buying. Then you know it's affecting people. See, I've got no problems with governors going to the president according to the law if it's a genuine cause. I personally on this show supported Governor Wike when he took FG to court on the VAT issue. And you can see, even other state governors asked to be joined. Lagos State asked to be joined in that suit. And I support that suit because I don't still see any reason why you must take all the VAT to the federal when the states are creating the money in their own locality and they can't use it for their own people. That's a valid case. That's a very good, and I support them. Across board, you can see it. But in this case, you can see the governor is going to court from a certain political party. Have you wondered why? From Kaduna, anyway, that was the governor that said it initially, that said there are some saboteurs in the villa. From Zamfara, APC state. From Kogi, APC. 3 APC governors go to court over a Naira policy that the CBN is supposed to have level of independence. How many people in other climes go to court over a CBN that's supposed to have level of independence? And we should watch it. You know why I say we should watch it? What are the politicians afraid of? Because they've tried every method in the book, gone to President Muhammadu Buhari, tried as much as possible to blackmail the CBN governor, even attempted to arrest and all of that. You know, did all sorts of shenanigans, incited people to protest and all of that, just because of politics. Because this is because it's going to curb vote buying. In all of this, aren't you seeing that it's only a certain political party that is making hulabaloo? Atiku Abubakar initially made a point about it, but now he said, no, don't shift the expiry date. Peter Obi was here talking to Dr. Abati on this, and he said he called for calm. The Edo State governor has also supported that. They support the CBM. Why is there only one political party that is up in arms as regards all of this? So we are not surprised what is happening. Civil society groups who are protesting, what we just want is free and fair election. Let the people decide. Should people even be induced financially for election in the first place? It's just because we've developed a bad society where politicians weaponize poverty and they give you money out of your commonwealth to vote for them to further destroy your life and take from you further. It's sad. We just want a better country. That's the argument.
All right, Dr. Abati.
Okay. Well, all these arguments over the Naira new notes, redesign, withdrawal, what you have just demonstrated is a place of the individual, of the citizen, in a policy-making process. You make policy, you execute the policy. At both ends, the theory is that there is a role to be played there, there is a voice to be heard there, in terms of how that affects the citizens for whom those policies are made. Where there is a disconnect between the first end and the polarity, you know, the polarity talks about the end of it, then of course you have this kind of situation. But what are the issues here? What we have seen is that there's no policy you will come up with in Nigeria. You will have disparate voices, disparate reactions. While some people are trying to support it, some people will oppose it. Some people will, in fact, be actively busy trying to sabotage it. And that is where I think, within that interface, the role of government, the role of the state is important. President Buhari has said it will take 7 days to think about it. Well, we've seen that the 7 days now, you know, some people are becoming impatient. Kogi State, Kaduna State, Zamfara State, they've gone to court. Well, we'll see what they come up with at the Supreme Court, you know. But there are, all those states are APC states. So you have a situation whereby 3 APC states are fighting the APC government at the center. Pliny the Elder is right after all. Pliny the Elder told us that something new always comes out of Africa. So there's nothing that you will see in Africa that you should be surprised about. But why those 3 APC states are going to court, you have political parties, forum of political parties, forum of presidential candidates of political parties, who have also gone to court and who have secured judgment from the Court of Justice Eneche, Federal High Court Abuja, to say that the federal government is barred from extending the deadline and that the status quo ante bellum must be maintained until the determination of the substantive suit and the motion on notice. And the case has been adjourned till February 14, which I find ironic because that's Valentine's Day. They will put us in a difficult situation where we'll be monitoring the ruling of the court on a day where we should be involved in the hands of Cupid, Romeo. But, talking seriously now,
yes.
This is just the way the cookies crumble. What we will appeal to all the gladiators is to just realize that all of this has implications for the election. Nigeria has a general election, February 25, March 11. Nothing must be done, either by those who mean well and those who do not mean well, to derail the process, to cause unnecessary tension. And that is where, again, the state comes in. The state has a responsibility that while citizens have the right to express themselves for or against, nobody is allowed under the laws of the land to take the laws into his or her hands to cause mayhem, to breach the public peace, because reports indicate that in parts of the country, some people have been saying they will take the laws into their hands. They are not allowed to do so. And the responsibility for maintaining the peace is for government at both federal and state levels.
Absolutely.
That's my take.
Yeah. Okay, very quickly, and Dr. Rufai have spoken so extensively on this. The thing is that this also shows a part of this, which means that our government or our governors and leaders can be passionate about issues that concern the citizens. Oftentimes, this is the premise or the basis on which they're elected, to represent the views and the well-being of the people that they represent. Unfortunately, as has been highlighted, it's not often taken into consideration. Hence why Nigerians are wondering why this particular policy is put on the front burner when there are other pressing matters of national importance. You talked about the insecurity. You talked about what happened in Katsina State.
Yes.
We're still reliving what happened in Benue State and Nasarawa. Was it in Nasarawa and Benue State? We're still counting the numbers of the dead. We're still talking about the security situation. No governor has been able to take this matter to this level to demonstrate that their people are greatly impacted by this. It shows the heart and the minds of the people who are leading us currently.
Yes.
That if it doesn't serve self-interest, then it doesn't become a matter of priority.
Yes, Shehu Sarin said because it's not money matter.
Yes, it is largely unheard of that in an election year, where the ruling party is, we have an extended petrol scarcity situation. We had ASU on strike. It means that, simply put, they don't take you seriously. And don't forget that the young people make up the most numbers in terms of the electorate. If they sat down without saying anything when you were at home languishing for 8 months, and none of them thought it important to call for a national emergency, yet because of money that personally affects them, they're all rallying up and suing people, then you should know the kind of people that represent you, and you should demonstrate that when it matters. Nigerians must demand better. It shows that they have the powers to actually run. The Speaker of the House, Mr. Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, said that they will reconvene if this matter is not sorted. So they can reconvene over a matter like this. But when the students were out, they couldn't reconvene.
Don't let us forget that the same Speaker of the House of Representatives that you just referred to intervened in labor matters. He intervened also in the ASU matter and summoned meetings. He's a politician.
But
persons who were with him, they were also politicians. Now there's a lot that goes on in government that is not in the public domain. If state governors had gone to Aso Villa to meet the president, it's not everything that happens in the forest that is reported in the public domain. However, I understand the concern of people you're just looking at the optics and commenting on the basis of the optics.
Right.
But you need to have, you know, a more comprehensive view of how government works to be able to understand what goes on inside government.
Okay.
So you have to be careful.
A quick rebuttal.
Can I just say one thing?
Gbajabiamila Abila only intervened after the video went viral that we took care of him being in Harvard, and people shouted that how can you be in Harvard doing a course when people are suffering here? That was after when he intervened. That's
the point.
I just wanted to also mention
government works differently from how media houses work.
Okay.
You know.
In this time, it also has posed a distraction to critical issues.
Yes.
On Sunday was the last day of the collection of PVCs.
Yes.
Because of this matter, we didn't talk about it enough. Remember that there was an extension, and there are still many people disenfranchised who didn't get their PVCs. We didn't talk about it. So it's a distraction.
All
as
right,
well.
let's move on to take another story.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have been educated with this video. I hope you have learned something from the video you just watched. Please go to the comment section and put down your comments. Whatever you think about the video you have watched, or anything you have learned that you wanted to share together, go to the comment section and keep yourself busy. It's a free place where people share their opinion. And please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time a video comes out. And also, share the video to your family and friends. Share it to all platforms so that people can get aware of what is happening in the world, mainly in the contraption called Nigeria. We have to keep people on their toe, keep people informed on what is going on. That is exactly what we are doing. Every video you are watching in this channel is for the purpose of education and nothing more. Thank you so much for watching, and remember blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.